All I want for Christmas is big stompy mechs, big stompy mechs, big stompy mechs. All I want for Christmas is big stompy mechs, and for you to subscribe to this YouTube. What's up, nerds? It's Tuesday. It's 8:17 in the morning. It is the 5th day of Christmas, and my true love gave to me big stompy mechs. It's Tuesday, and on Tuesday we look at toys. Specifically, we look at Games Workshop, Warhammer 40K, Necrommundo, did all the other stuff. And we now have this little sub-quest of trying to find a General Grievous figure for RPG Grandma. But yeah, so let's take a look at this week's Warhammer 40K nonsense. And we've got a few new ones. Not much, but that's not surprising. It's the end of the year. All right. For Warhammer, the Horus Heresy, we have errata. And it's free. So there's a ton of errata here. We got the core rulebook errata. Libra Astratus errata. I assume that's the unit. Libra Hereticis. Library of Heretics for bad Latin there. Again, somebody told me the other day they studied Latin. We got Libra Imperium, Libra Mechanicum, Exemplary Volume 1, Legacy of Legions Asteris, Legacy of Solar Auxilia. I'm saying these all wrong. And Legacy of Imperial Militia. I got that one right. So here's FAQs and errata and rule changes for each of the individual units that they have found mistakes in, and they're free. Just free errata. Not charging you anything. Just all you have to do is take the time and effort to go to the page and download it. They're making the errata for free. Man, imagine the goodwill some other game companies would be able to acquire if they did the same thing. Not mentioning any names. Wizards of the Coast. Okay, let's see. The page is being very slow for some reason, or my internet is very slow. Okay, what's going on? All right, stop it. The Black Library preview is coming this weekend. Here's a glimpse of some of next year's biggest releases. And this is Black Library is the books, right? Okay, well, this will go live on the 9th at 2 p.m. So if you're interested in seeing what's coming out from the Black Library next year, you can go to the Warhammer Twitter, Warhammer Twitch, Warhammer Reddit, Warhammer YouTube, and check it out. What's going on, Paige? Old World Almanac, How Magic Brings Sparkle to the Battlefield. This is for Warhammer Fantasy, Warhammer the Old World, the original, where it all started. And looks like it's just an example and some rules for magic in Warhammer Fantasy and some magical unicorns. Some spells. Here's a whole bunch of stuff on different articles. So these are all just articles on Warhammer 40K. All of them are free, explaining rules, explaining how magic works. For Warhammer Fantasy, some of the units for Warhammer Fantasy. Here's a miscast table for free. You could use this for any game with spell casting. Not bad. So some more free rules and some more free explanations of rules, and the page is just being very clunky. I'm not sure why. I apologize. The Squat Champion has a mining laser, and he's not afraid to use it. So here we have an in-depth look at one of the units for Necromunda. That's their sprawling cyberpunk city Mad Max setting. And we've got this guy, who I don't like. We've seen some of the guys from this one before. I just don't like the series, the Necromunda figures. At least it didn't go with the bright orange. I like these, but I think I don't know. I mean, they make sense. You would have them on the armor. The Waldo, there's a word you haven't heard in a while. The Waldo with the light on it totally makes sense. The Waldo with a saw on it, No, because the dust would constantly be getting in his eyes and his face, and every rock that it digs up would go right into his face. So that makes absolutely no sense. That's a design flaw. But a double barrel mining laser, sure. Big squatty armor though in a mine, no, I don't think so. I think in a mine you want to have as little as possible on you. You ever seen like the way spelunkers dress? Because you don't want anything getting caught or stuck. So this armor is way too clunky for a miner. But I guess it's the whole idea is he's taken the mining laser and decided to use it in combat, because you assume that a mining laser, if it can dig a hole in rock, it's going to dig a hole in a person, even if that's not what specifically it was designed for. Yeah, sure, why not? I like the Walder though. I'm definitely plus 10, totally makes sense. Minus 10, this one doesn't make sense because every time the rocks just go flying right into his face. Big clunky armor in a mine doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. All right, we've got a preview. So I guess this is the preview that we should have had. For Necromunda, we've got the Aprithia Necromunda. This is a unit guide. We've got this. Oh, look at this. That's the total 80s G.I. Joe looking amazingness. You could totally see you putting your little action figure in there and playing with it when you were a kid with the 80s, right? When toys were still cool. You know, if I was still a kid and I saw this for like an action figure, I'd be like, yeah, I want that. I like that. Ooh, look at this vaguely sort of Egyptian looking guy, maybe? I don't know. No, that's a little bit more Aztec, I think. But this is Egyptian, so no. This is a Thousand Suns Libran Consolis. This is a new figure coming out in January. Apparently, he is a major do-gooder. Obviously, this is Warhammer 40K because of the armor, but this could be a Paladin of Horus. This thing, a trident. Sure, it's a 4-pronged trident. I mean, I'd say this is ridiculous, but, you know, when it came to pole arms in the Middle Ages, and, you know, basically pole arm was just put anything on a stick or gardening implements. So pretty much if you look at all pole arms, you can see that their origins dating back to, you know, basically peasants grabbing farming implements and gardening implements and using them to defend themselves. And then somebody go, hey, that long stick with that blade on it, that was actually effective. We should capitalize on that because long sticks with blades on them work really well against charging infantry on horses. So sure, this is not the most ridiculous thing I've seen for a polearm. We've got something called Brutal Coon, Kunnin, which is a series of short stories about orcs, I guess. And we've got some keychains. Got a chainsaw keychain and a Thor's hammer keychain. Got these little purity seals. Wow, that's going to extreme. Little wax with the little paper on it. What would you use these for? Are these magnets? They're Velcro. I'd put a magnet on these and make these fridge magnets. These are awesome. Totally clever. Probably overpriced, but cool. And it looks like we've got some art that's going to be available for Christmas. We've got a goblin caster here with symbols trying to fight off an army of whatever these things are. Squigs, right? They're called squigs because symbols are an effective weapon against squigs. Are squigs afraid of loud noises, maybe? I don't know. We got this weird looking dude for this month's masterclass painting project. And that's it for end of the year products that you can look forward to seeing at your Games Workshop. They're doing a advent calendar, digital advent calendars. Makes absolutely no sense to me. Ooh, thanks. A coupon. And for pre-orders for the new year. We've got the Flesh Eater Quartz for Warhammer 40 Fantasy, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, an army of undead that could be useful for any game. It's just the right size for D&D or whatever. We've got for Horus Heresy, we got this group of Space Marines looking all gunmetal gray. I guess is this supposed to be a flying unit? Are these VTOL jets? They've got to be jump jets, right? Middle Earth, we saw this one. This isn't new. I still love these, but this is new. Oh, look at this dude. Oh, man. Where'd he go? Look at him. That is so cool. I wish I had the skill to get this and paint this. This is awesome. Grass. Ugh. Yeah, no, that's just not appealing. Latest issue of White Dwarf. And that's it for pre-orders. New from the Black Library. We already looked at that. Then we've got the Advent calendar. So that's it. Yeah, not much this week. And no General Grievous for our friend RPG Grandma. Sorry, we're still looking for you, RPG Grandma. So that's it for Warhammer this week. Definitely saw a couple cool toy figures that looks awesome. That Christmas Goblin looks amazing. Totally, if I could paint, I would paint him. But I do not have the skill talent. But if you do, yeah. Not a lot this week, but then not surprising. It's end of the year. We're not going to see a lot right now, considering we're the second week in. Everybody's shutting down for the holidays, blah, 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 blah. So it'll be pretty light on the news unless some major catastrophe happens in the world of Games Workshop. Yeah. That's it for Games Workshop news for this week. If you appreciate me doing this every week, let me know. If you never want to see me do this ever again next year, let me know. Till then, Tuesday, toys. Why don't you take that hard-earned Christmas money and buy my merch? That sounded really bad and pathetic. I'll never say it that way again.